Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Fear the Walking Dead video. This one's going to be doing my weekly review for this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. This one's going to be for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 14, which is called Today and Tomorrow. So, this weekend's episode of Fear, sorry to say, but I didn't really like this episode too much. There were a few things in here that were, pretty good, but wasn't that all great of an episode if you ask me. But anyway, let's get started with the review as usual. But man, Walking Dead, get here please. Get here please. Because this second half of Fear the Walking Dead started off pretty good. And now I'm just at a point where I'm like, I just want to see Walking Dead. I don't even care about this, like, honestly. So, episode 14, Today and Tomorrow. So, like I was saying in my video earlier on today, I'm not feeling any excitement for this show anymore, and especially not after this episode. I mean, I have no hype. Around this time in a Walking Dead season, when you have 2 episodes left in a Walking Dead season, usually you're really excited. Like, I remember last season, season 9, we had 2 episodes left after Scars, and we were going into episode 15 and 16. We were like, oh my god, like, we're gonna see the Pikes in episode 15, and we're going to see the snow. We're going to see a snowstorm in the finale. And I was like, oh my god, like my hype was through the roof a couple months ago when Walking Dead Season 9 was ending. Now with Fear, I'm just like, I'm at 2 episodes before the end. I'm just like, I don't feel anything going into these episodes at all. Aside from, not that much of an expectation, because honestly, I thought last weekend's episode of Fear was pretty good. This one, I don't like at all. I think this one really had some problems, but let's kind of try to recap the episode as best as we can, review it as best as we can, but I don't know how long this review is going to be, because I'm really not a big fan of this episode at all. So, episode 14, so we get a cliffhanger at the end, and that's kind of the big thing about the episode. Grace is finally getting sick. So, okay, what can I say about that? It's expected, it was something we've kind of talked about for a while now. It looks like it's finally happening, and I'm gonna assume probably either by the next episode or the finale, they'll probably have some kind of sad thing where, she dies, and then Morgan, maybe Morgan goes clear mode or something, I don't know, something like that, because, of Grace's death. So, I don't know, maybe Grace dying is what makes Morgan go back to clear mode. I don't know, something like that. But, she's getting sick at the end. You have her playing the music and stuff with Daniel, which I was like, I don't really care about any of these scenes, but, yeah, we basically get Daniel telling Morgan at the end that Grace is sick and all that kind of stuff, and telling Morgan where she is, and Morgan's on her way there. So, okay, cool. Okay, so we get that, and then the episode's basically focused on Althea and Morgan for a bit of it, and then we also get to see in this one Daniel and Grace. Now, to cover the stuff with Daniel and Grace, because there really isn't much, they kill some zombies, they play some music, they do this kind of stuff. Daniel gets a Twinkie or whatever. I think that was a Twinkie he was eating. He's getting like records and stuff like that. I'm just like, okay, this is cool, but episode 14, really? Like, you're usually ramping things up for the finale here at this point. And I don't feel any kind of tension. I don't feel any kind of build-up. Now, I know that's not what this episode was supposed to be, as a build-up to the finale, but you probably should start building some hype up to the last couple episodes. And I don't really feel any of that in this episode. And then, of course, the other part of the episode, which I just found frickin' weird, is the part with Morgan and Althea. So, they run into a man named Tom, which actually is pretty ironic. Fear the Walking Dead stole my idea, because, I'm just joking, but, I have a character in my comic book series called Tom, and he's, like, one of the main characters. So, and he kind of looks like this guy. So, Fear stole my idea, but anyway, so if anybody doesn't know, I'm gonna be making a comic book series. The first issue will be released at the end of next month, but I have a character named Tom in my comic, and, he has, like, a big beard and the long hair and type stuff, and literally they just brought in a guy that looks almost like my character from my comic named Tom. So, I'm still gonna have the character, because I'm the one that came up with the idea first, but yeah, we get to meet a character named Tom in this episode. He kind of is trying to, he wants to get away from Morgan and Al, and there's this one person that's left behind or whatever, and Morgan and Al basically go into the pirates' new, camp or whatever. Morgan and Al sneak in, of course, and you have Al who like falls in a pool at one part. Morgan kind of helps her, and then the lady kind of shows up and takes Morgan and Al captive. So the villain's weird. That's another thing I want to say. She's a bit weird, Virginia. I kind of liked her at the end of the last episode. Now I'm kind of questioning what they're going to do with her. And then it's like they go into this thing. They're making her be like a good character at a part. Like I'm like, what are they doing with her character? Like you have like. She's like a villain, right, when she captures them. You sure know how to make an entrance. And she kind of is acting all villainish. And then she, like, lets them leave, fixes Morgan's staff, gives them their guns back. And all it is her saying to Morgan, we view the world a different way. I thought you were going to have them be, like, a group of villains that would be, like, oh, my God. Like, honestly, I don't mean to come off as, you know, kind of, how can I say it? Really the only thing I can say is, I don't really mean to, you know, hate on it as much as I am, but what in the actual heck happened there? I mean, she's like a villain at first, and kind of a fearsome type villain in the last episode. Where's Lucy? That's my other question. And then, in this one, she, like, gives Morgan's staff back, she gives them their weapons back, and lets them go. And it's like, by the time Morgan and Al left, I was like, is she even supposed to be a villain anymore? Like, I thought they were introducing a villain. Now I'm like, I don't even think that's what they're doing with her. So, I don't know, guys. I really don't know what to say about that. But I just was really upset about that, about halfway through the episode when I saw her do that. Because I thought Virginia would be kind of like a fearsome villain. That's not what they're doing with her. And I'm just like, oh my God, man. So, I don't know. Maybe I was just kind of expecting too much in this episode. Maybe my expectations were too high. But I don't get my expectations too high for Fear at all anymore. Because I know how this show goes. And I was really disappointed in this episode. And yeah, you have Grace who gets sick at the end. Yeah, you have Daniel and stuff and some kind of fun scenes with the Twinkie and the records and this and that and then playing music. Okay, maybe that's fine. But it's like this stuff with this villain, Virginia. What on earth were they doing with her? Like, can we even consider her a villain anymore? Like, Fear is really starting to piss me off. If you guys couldn't tell, Fear is really starting to piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. Every week I'm getting more and more annoyed with Fear. So, do I have any hype for the next episode of Fear? No. And am I gonna make any videos for Fear this week? Hell no. Honestly, no. I'm not gonna make any videos for Fear this week, probably because I just don't like this episode. I mean, unless you guys have some topics you guys want me to do, I'm going to say screw it and let's just do some Walking Dead, some The Plague videos, some Breaking Bad videos this week. I'm almost done Season 2 of Breaking Bad. Let's just do some more videos on different things this week because I'm not in the mood to do almost any videos of Fear after this. I'm really not. Until next week's episode, you know, I'm going to say, you know, that's probably it for Fear videos. This video, my review, and my predictions for next week, of course, I'll still do. I'm even, you know, wondering if I want to even do weekly predictions for Fear anymore. But I don't know. I just don't like this episode. I found it to be very weird. The villain, I don't even know if she's supposed to be a villain anymore, or if her and Morgan just look at life differently or something, you know, or, you know, this and that. Like, I don't know. I did not like this week's episode of Fear, guys. I'm sorry, but I really didn't. Last week, Standalone, I thought was good. This week, what am I supposed to, you know, like, what am I really supposed to say about this episode that's, like, positive? And I kind of can't, you know? And I want to enjoy the show, guys. I really do, but I can't sit here and say that this was a good episode when it really wasn't. You know, like, I don't know. I can't do it. So anyway, write your comments in the comment section below. Kind of a different review this week because I'm just kind of not, you know, I'm not really sure what to say about this week's episode of Fear. Like, am I supposed to say I enjoyed it and kind of just fake my a review? I've never really ever faked a review. I usually always tell you guys what I thought about the episode. And I'm just, you know, if you guys want me to be fully honest, I didn't like this episode of Fear. Maybe, hey, this episode hasn't aired on cable yet at the time of filming this video. I watched it on Premiere. And, I'm not gonna say for this video, I'm not gonna say, like, you know, cause I don't know what the fan reaction is for this episode yet. You know, I'll find out once it actually airs tonight on cable, if people liked it. But whether or not people like this episode or not, I'm just going to say personally, I didn't like this episode of Fear the Walking Dead at all. So, anyway, that's pretty much it for my review. I'm not really going to go on too much longer for this one. But anyway, guys, you know, what do you think about this weekend's episode of Fear? Did you actually like it? Did you think it was pretty good? And you excited for the finale and the second last episode and things like this? Or are you kind of like me where you're just like, Walking Dead, please, Season 10, get here soon. I mean, man, I'm reading the names and descriptions and stuff like that for The Walking Dead Season 10. I'm like, oh my god, it sounds so awesome. Like, why can't we just get to Season 10 already? Like, honestly, I just need Season 10 here now, man. I seriously do. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys really soon for another video. Peace out.